Hello to and welcome already to my subscribers. Thank you very much for all your love, support, kind words and everything. It's absolutely banging. Is it weird, strange for me to say that I would not spend, if I was out with my children, is it right for me to give £1.50 to one, £1 to another, and 50p to another? No, I believe it should be equal. £1.50, £1.50, £1.50, regardless if it's a stepchild or not. I could not love any of my children over any one of them, any more or any less, because they're all equal. They're all my children. Now, people are bugging, man, that like, why did they take your babies? Why did they do this? Why did they do that? It's as simple as speaking out. In this country, when you speak out, you get called a troublemaker. You get kicked out of places. You're just treated real bad. So the mental health call that I got the other day, that was grand. That was like really cool. In fact, it was fucking hilarious, man. You just love running rings around these people because they've worked hard, read all these books, and they've studied like for years in college, and you're just like, you are thick as fucking shit. You wasted all that time for what? See the green turtle? The turtle wins the race. And you lot keep calling me a turtle. Catch up, catch up, catch up. I'll go my way. I'll go my pace. I'll do my thing, say my pieces, and that's that. You know? Try and make the world a safe place. That's all I want to do, is make the world a safe place and destroy evil. That's why when I lit the black candle last year, I just started absorbing the dark circle. And unfortunately, it has been nothing but dark readings. I said that I'm going to do this, and I have, and seem to be doing all right. Thank you very much for like the personal reads, man. I have actually been catching up with those, and light, love, blessings to you. Thank you so much, man. Seriously. 3 negative out, positive in. Yeah, man. 100%. Meditate for Power of 4 and other oracles as well. You know who you are. Love, light, and blessings to you, man. I don't I don't comprehend why people like mistreat you and talk down to you and like mug you off or nothing. For someone who's crystal broke, my bad. My bad. I really am, and can do some weird fucked up shit with my head for some unknown reason I don't know. Someone's trying to interfere with the Madeleine McCann thing. That's cool, you're not interfering. The quicker we find her, the better. I don't really want fucking that sort of recognition, the one who found Madeleine McCann, or like, I don't really want that, if I'm honest with you. Sod that. But no, man, if you want to get on board, jump the fuck on, man, because as soon as she's home and rested, man, people can be easy, you know. They can like well, the whole of England just, and I think I can say that, not just the world, but the whole of England would like to see her, you know, rest. See her at peace, bless her. And she deserves that. I did vow to destroy evil, and that's what I'm going to do. Fight fire with fire. No, not I'm evil. But I am a Pisces. They're like both ends of like this zodiac thing you lot go on about. And star constellations and stuff like that. And apparently I'm talking shit. Well, I'll tell you what. Next time I have an issue with my stomach and I start throwing up, I'll like do that for you, weirdos. But anyway, oh yeah, shit. Disclaimer, shite. Yeah, I smoke. It's not a spliff, ciggy. And swear a little bit, which I'm actually really trying to chill out on, and I'm not doing too badly on that, considering every other word was F Jeff and like all that kind of stuff. Like, do you know what I mean? I'm about as professional as a blimmin' like. Well, I'm not professional. You're having a laugh. Yeah. Why did I lose my children? Because I stood there and took kickings from a woman for years. 4 years. She admitted it, all in court, got called a liar, multiple accounts. My neighbour, who gave me this phone, well, sold me this phone, she was in court, gave evidence against one of my exes and witnessed a hell of a lot of it. I've got one of the statements in here. One of my neighbours have actually been said, oh, we only say this to, like, entertain him. You're fucked. It don't matter what you say. I never forget a word anybody says. I don't miss anything. Where you think I miss things, no. I read your eyes, your ears, your movement, your sounds, everything. People who walk past me, people across the world. I have, like, I don't know, just some weird thing. I don't know how I'm in their head, they're in my head, or blah, 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 blah. Well, they're not really in my head, but they're like, how do you know this? How do you know that? Like, how do you know this about me? How do you know that? I don't know. All I've got is a poncy little phone. I don't watch TV. You couldn't get TV signal in here if you fucking tried. You actually have to go to Sky or something and all that. DVD player blew up, and when I mean blew up, I didn't blow up. It, like, because of the electrics in here, too much power into it, and it just burns out, overheats, burns out. So that's now what, the 20th DVD player? 20th DVD player, and like the 18th television, 16th to 18th, whatever. The longest kettle I've had is that one out there for like 4 years, 5 years. Touch wood, it lasts longer, bless her. We're going to come to Emily in a minute, bless her, all right? No, not embarrassing her or humiliating her or anything like that. In fact, she feels rather educated, free, and liberated to be herself. Okay? We'll come to that in a minute. But yeah, my children, I lost out because I wouldn't leave the relationship because of a domestically violent mother. Now, this makes sense, doesn't it? So they give the children to the maternal grandparents, her parents. She is only allowed X amount of times and visits, as we know in England. They're not adhered to, they're not listened to. She could do whatever the fuck she wanted. Hence her abusing my children, using them as a body shield, biting them, lying to them about me, and including the grandparents. Apparently I'm going to get like shivved up, knifed up, gunned up, whatever. We'll come to the cancer thing and mental health. But anyway, blah, blah, blah. Sorry. Why didn't I leave her? I just wanted to give my children the things that I never had. But I was blindsided that I just wanted to have a family and like go work, pay for my children, like educate them, get them in good schools, and same as any normal fucking parent. And that's what people don't like. Normal. What the fuck is normal? Because what's normal to you isn't normal to me, and what's normal to me ain't normal to you. It's different. That's the whole thing of individuality. So a lot of you seem to think that it's okay for women to kick the fuck out of their men whilst holding their children. You even think it's fucking funny. Well, wait till it happens to you and see if you're laughing when women break your fucking fingers. Yeah? Glass you, beat you with stiletto shoes, beat you with fucking broom handles, beat you fucking stupid, call you every fucking name of the cunt under the sun, and then phone the old bill having you arrested. Yeah, see how fucking funny it is then. So yeah, because I won't bow down to professionals like social workers, police officers, judges and stuff like that, they've done me wrong. I'm not bowing down to them. They don't like it, so they just made my life hell. Got with Olivia Louise Borton. I was seeing my children, regular contacts. The laws were every 3 hours for 3 weeks. And, babe, I'm recording. Sorry. Bless them. So, yeah, they were the contacts, and then it was every month. No, that's right. It was every 2 weeks for 3 hours. And then it went down to every month for 3 hours. Right, fair enough. The children can't travel about, but I was going down to Surrey, Leatherhead to go and see them. Paid for their lunches, paid for their treaty things, whatever they wanted, and I'd pay for that, yeah? Me and Olivia fell pregnant with Abigail. Not straight away, it was planned. And yeah, social services hot on it. So they tried to remove our child, okay? Didn't work, not in the way that they wanted it to. So they said that we would go to Hillingdon Hospital, I'd be there for the birth and the child would be removed. Fuck you, Phil, basically. And police would be there and in case I tried to abscond with the child, which is fuck all to do with them anyway, fucking useless bastards. But because they had my other children in care, they felt that they had the right to steal my other children because I had big cases and complaints against social services. So instead of doing anything, they just made life shit. Olivia, we came out of a meeting after them telling us that, and Olivia went, right, no worries, we'll go to another fucking hospital. The solicitor, Mr. Assad, he was like, I didn't hear that. And Olivia turned around and said, we will be going to another hospital. And, sure enough, on the 28th of April 2008, Hillingdon called every single hospital in the United Kingdom. That's the United Kingdom, yeah? England, yeah? Right? Britain, Scotland, Wales, right? United Kingdom, or, well, Northern Ireland, Scotland, Wales, right? United Kingdom, all of it. Right. Cool. Oh, no, not in South Island, sorry. People have asked me what countries I would die for. Well, that's another conversation for another time. Who would I give allegiance to and die for? Right. So, we fucked off to another hospital. They'd called every hospital trying to find us. We went under different names, you see. Like, I was Phil Stevenson and she was Olivia Stevenson. And we were like just doing our thing. And we got caught up in the south of England and needed to obviously give birth to our wee baby. So anyway, the whole day I was talking like that. Anyway, 3 days we were on the run. It was fucking brilliant, man. 3 days we had with our little girl and it was great, man. And then, yeah, some cunt grassed us up. It was the grandmother, apparently. But people went to Hillingdon, like, to see if our child was born because we were actually meant to be getting married that day. So people grassed us up. People grassed us up and we told people, like, I went out and used my last couple of minutes battery and seconds to talk to people. And they had done exactly what I'd asked them not to do. Does that sound like a friend to you? Anyway, had our daughter and she was born at 1:07 in the afternoon. So that's 13:07, 1307. 1370 is a prominent prime number for me. 1704 also. Because that's when Millie Dowler came in with some sort of ticket and told me she was Millie Dowler, and I was just like, what the fuck? So anyway, yeah, this spiritual thing, like, people know what I'm going on about, but other people who well, just so wrapped up in like patriarchal crap instead of actual like, well, people are who they are or what they do, you know. But yeah, people know about round walkings and stuff like that. It's not an easy feat. I still don't know how to shut these freaking spirits up most of the time. What Freddy Krueger, you lot call Freddy Krueger is a horror film, that's a fucking comedy, mate. I classify films like Constantine a horror fucking film, right? That sort of thing. Poltergeist, do you lot think is a horror film? No, man. No, man. Because if you really know what you're dealing with and you really know what is what, you wouldn't be fucking laughing and taking a fucking piss. People have asked me to help them out in certain ways. I've actually claimed a spirit from one person and sent that back. There are spirits all over this flat. People have seen them. I don't care what people say. You can ask my exes. No. Well, you're not going to be like looked at as crazy. Lydia, Olivia, Lucy, Sophie. People have seen the shadow that walks from this wall to that wall, and there's no way shadow can do that. Like with the light situations and things like that. Other people, not just my exes, have seen things in my flat, how I communicate with things and do things. So yeah, people think I have the power of telepathy. Right, we'll find out, won't we? Find out whose crystal fell over and broke in half. That was an accident. I need to tell you that was an accident. Just sort of showing off some powers. So anyway, sorry, I really do apologise, for fuck's sake. Yeah, dudes. So me and Olivia, we had they caught up with us. They took our child. 3 days I didn't leave the bedroom. I wouldn't leave my bedroom at all. 3 days. And then we get a phone call that, well, Olivia was going off to breastfeed Abigail, make sure she was all right, seeing police all over the place, making sure I weren't anywhere near my daughter, fucking mugs. So anyway, we had a family assessment, right? We got married on the 2nd of May. And that really pissed off social services. Yeah, how the law works here, yeah, right? Man and woman have a child and they're not married. Man has 2% parental responsibility, but he has to pay for the child. So if he only has 2%, yeah, responsibility, then he only pays 2% child tax maintenance, whatever, yeah? So women, you want to fuck about ruining lives, you pay for that. And I do believe that. I do. A good man will save up and put things away for his children, blah, blah. But no, you women made your bed, you fucking lay in it. You were the naughties, under manners. Same as I would say to a geezer. You fuck the fucking family up, you lose out. You fucked around, then that's your responsibility, innit? Right? So yeah, I was responsible in losing my children because I stayed in a domestic violent relationship. Then social services pissed off that me and Olivia would have had, say, 42%, the rest, that 8%, yeah, would have been superseded by courts, guardian ad litems, and social wankers. I don't like social workers. To me, they're social wankers. Right? Until I meet the one that's going to be going, here you go, there's your moolah, Phil. You're all social wankers. Until I meet the fucking copper, right, well, I've met her, well, I haven't met her, but I've spoken to her. As soon as that money hits my account, we're good. No, I don't trust anybody. I'm building trust and they're trying to build trust with me, right? And I'm just trying, do I fucking trust you? So anyway, yeah. Even in a court situation, mother has 40x amount of percent, and that would be superseded by whatever, because just the evil of England, yeah? So, 2 good parents, assessed. They can't put me in a box. They hate putting me in a box. The only thing that I suffer is a personality disorder, yeah, with post-traumatic stress disorder caused by professionals. Yay! What? Yeah. Oh, one sec. I'll be back. Sorry, dignity for the little lady, bless her. Again, dignity. People go on about separate conversation all the time. But okay. So we were married 2nd of May, and with the marriage certificate, gave me instant 48% parental rights. Sorry, responsibility rights, parental rights. Yeah, PR, parental rights, equal to my wife. Social services only got 2%. Well, 4%. She gets 48. I get 48%. But that 2% each. So that 4% is still superseded by corrupt judges, yeah, and social wankers and the Guardian Ponce Lighten. Now, I'm going to tell you a story. This is fucking hilarious. There was a domestically violent relationship between the Guardian at Lighten and her partner, right? And whoever Carlos is, whatever. So, fuck me, that is a good memory. So she's texting me, oh, I love you, I want to be with you, and blah, blah. I've actually shown the text. When I get back to the unit, because they're like, well, the assessment centre. Sorry, yeah, we get married, blah, blah. So they don't like me, right? Now they've taken my wife and child an hour and a half, yeah, because my mum did get to meet Abigail. She was actually on my side. Now, she actually wrote this here. She actually wrote this, right? And she's up there, yeah, giving all the answers to Allah. Why did you treat your children like this? Biggest one is, why are you calling him a crackhead? Why are you calling him a junkie? I don't do that. Blech. No. So anyway, no matter what happens in my life to do that, like, fuck, I would rather cut my fucking own throat. So, yeah, on the day of Olivia and I's wedding, they were taken straight down to Tulse Hill. I don't know, oh yeah, well, I remember where it is, but yeah. One of them now is actually apparently closed down because of child sex abuse, St. Michael's or something like that. So I used to go down Brixton, all the way from here to Brixton, right? I was banned from using public transport, right? Because I was a liability to myself and other underground users or public transport users because of my legs and shit like that. Yeah, the day I start work, I get hit by a motorbike, man. ACL, PCL, my leg was doing this. Yeah, so patella, right? It was doing that, and that. Yeah, so I had no ligaments. That was being crushed every time I walked. It took me years to walk properly. I had to learn to walk properly myself, bless them, yeah. So anyway, they took my daughter that day with my wife to Tulse Hill and, well, Brixton, Tulse Hill. So they could assess my wife if she was going to be a good enough mother. She kept on doubting herself and stuff like that. So you're fine, man, you'll be cool. Every time they had to settle my daughter, they'd have to phone me up. Isn't it, Olivia? Why's that? I would talk and sing to my children as they were growing in the womb, dude. Fuck yeah. So they didn't like, in fact, this is in reports as well, has more paternal instinct than we have seen in mothers ever. Yeah. So anyway, thank you. So they decided to put us into an assessment together. Man, wife, child. That's what they did. Right? So they put us in this assessment together, And first of all, they wanted me out because I can't work with professionals. I will call you a cunt. If I think you're a cunt, I will tell you you're a cunt. People have even said all my bad language and all my swearing, cursing, smoking cigarettes more and stuff like that, and just sticking my bird up to the Union Jack for the Union Jack to have done so much evil to me. Yeah. That's why I'm voting Labour. Oh, they support the IRA. So do the fuck I, mate. I support anybody who fights against oppression, mate. Standard. Right? I would give my life and heart to Africa. Freak yeah, mate. So anyway, this assessment has just gone through everything you can think of, and they're just like, wow, you have been fucked royally. So I had this one-to-one social worker, mental health assessor. She was real good, man. She was real good, and really lovely woman. She went through it all and she goes, Phil, this is none of your fault. None of this is your fault. You can't work with professionals because professionals have done nothing but lie. They have caused you the most disgusting pain. And then it all came out. Well, I was talking about being sexually abused and stuff like that. No one wanted to listen to. Jama Umoja Family Assessment Centre found out everything that I was saying a fact. They didn't like that. Social services at Hillingdon. Did they fuck? So it was a 6-month parenting assessment centre, residential, which social services have lost all that file. Yeah, I've got part of that file in my bag that social services don't have. Part of the £25 million corruption shit. So past the assessment, there was October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May. It was about May time. It was like pretty much a full year assessment. Pardon me. So social services basically threw down the toilet. I kid you not, right? £320 for the assessment. Then there was all the mental health assessments I had in Sloane Square, fucking Harley Street, Wrexham Park. One of the forensic examiners found Edward Slaney's admittance of breaking my nose, which only a year or two ago, it was Acton Police Station who lost that. Now, that was the Dr. Wilkins forensic psychological assessment on Mr. Keane, 11th of November 2005. 11th of November 2005. I remember the date because it was penciled in the corner. Yeah, mate. Well, something 1105. I went with my solicitor's PA. What was the date on that letter? The date on that letter. It'll come to me another time, but anyway. Edward Slaney punched me in the face. Hello, hackers. I know I've got plenty of memory. I could record for hours. But hey, hackers. Hey, I know who you are. Fraggles. Suck 'em up. Balls. We'll come to that maybe in another video, but anyway. So, smashed the assessment, absolutely smashed it. People fucking hated me for it. My friends, Sharif, Mandy, Luke. Mandy was the one who admitted everyone had bets on me losing my child. Now, is that a friend who would bet against you? Not pray to help you or nothing? Tell me. Yeah, that's what I thought. Right? So, smashed all that, and then people just tried to fuck my relationship, and they did. They fucked my wife. Now, my wife was like, she had an affair, right? Somebody asked me the other day, how many women have I slept with? my first baby mum, second baby mum, there was a ginger bird, right? Then there was Lucy, and then there was Sophie, Emily. So if I've got any kind of STI, because I was clear up to Olivia, where I was given chlamydia, Olivia. Somebody hated Lydia, right? Could not stand her because she was a violent bitch. And well known around here, right? Well known, right? So the people who talk, you just kiss my ring piece. It's fucking, you make me laugh, yeah? I swear down, irony was made for you lot. So anyway, people, she had the first affair. The first affair that I knew of. So, am I going to sleep with someone after that? No. You can go, you're putting your pussy out somewhere else, go and put your fucking pussy out somewhere else. You ain't going to, fuck off. Right? So, anyway, I'd only sleep with her if I was drunk. Yeah? Or if I'd had a spliff, or, because I'd lost that connection with her. So, she broke my heart, man. She did. She was a fucking evil, dirty little tramp sleeping around. So, and still is. So, and set your worker boyfriend, you can suck my balls, mate. What are you trying to do? The corruption's coming out with you just because you're in high places, biatch, high places. See, the thing is, you never laugh on the way up because you'll meet them back on the way down. Mwah. Now, suck my dick. So anyway, split up with Olivia, and pretty much single, just wandered about the country, just meeting up with mates and stuff like that. Well, fuck me, my apologies. Yeah, there is a seventh, my bad. Good mate. She wanted Olivia's head on a fucking spike. I'm not joking you. She absolutely was going crazy. Well, we had a bit of a drunken fumble and ended up pregnant. She couldn't see me go through all that, and she really wanted to be with me, and I couldn't be with her. What's happened, I don't know. I did hear that there was a termination and kind of gutting, but things play out the way they play out, don't they? So I came back here, and that weekend I came back here. Shelby Levichico, social worker for Maisie, Ellis and Megan, told me about Maisie being bitten on the face by either the mother or the grandmother. The more than likely with Lydia's history, it was Lydia, but it was taken down to a dog bite because they couldn't prove it. Even though all tests were done, it was human, and a dog was blamed and put down for it. Okay, so she also admitted biting my son when he was 18 months old, or a little bit younger than 18 months old. That was blamed, him falling onto a bush, which was utter bollocks. So the reason I'm not allowed to see my children is because they'll know the truth. Olivia Louise Borton was told under no circumstances to remove the child from the care of the father due to her promiscuous lifestyle. After the extensive assessment that Mr. Keane has passed and proved that he is more than a capable parent and, raise, educate my daughter, blah, blah, and I was good. While she was out shagging about, getting my knee sorted out after another failed ligament operation, I went and carried on just raising my daughter. I was on morphine and Oxycontin, which I couldn't really take because that just messed your fucking head up. So I'd rather deal with the pain walking my daughter to nursery and taking my daughter to nursery, picking her up, blah, blah, blah. Oxycontin and Oromorph. Oh my fucking days, man. That was just awful. Doctors, right, they were going, because you've been on it, blah, 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 we're going to have to put you on a rehabilitation program. I was like, what? Have it back. They were like, what? I was like, yeah, I just dealt with the fucking pain, mate. And fuck you. Yeah, gabapentin, pregabalin, Oxycontin, Oromorph. I gave it back. I was like, fuck you, man, taking that shit. Fuck off, man. Herbalist, not no chemicalist. Fuck off. Similar time after that, people wanted to talk shit and just ruin my relationship, and that's exactly what Olivia did. Took my daughter to a visit to see her mother, and her mother never returned her, and the police had duty of care. They saw all the letters and all the documentation. She wasn't allowed to remove the care of the child from the father. She's the mother. She can do what she wants. No, bitch, it was fucking written in legislation. So anyway, fuck you, whatever, bent copper. And then Lucy, met Lucy. Lucy, well, she had more scars up and down her arms and legs than I did. Turns out that Lucy was sexually abused by the same people I was just 10 years later, and her abuse didn't stop at the age of 7. Didn't stop at the age of 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. It stopped on the day her dad died when she was 27, November 2017. So she was very violent throughout the... I just wanted a nice life, chill out and like just fuck off. Yeah, and every time I was out of my flat, her mates were trashing this place because narcissistic cunt. And then I'd have to phone the old bill 3, 4, 5 times a day. They would come down twice, maybe 3 times, whether it would be on my boat or in the flat, escort her to hospital, or they would be dragging her back from her being whatever she's being, shoplifting or whatever. She's got nowhere else to go. Well, I'm sick and tired of this, so the police just dumped her on my fucking house. She would be yelling, screaming, slagging my children off, calling my children every fucking name under the sun. She would be calling me every cunt father you could think of, and then go, I love you, I love you, I love you. And then when I wouldn't come near her for a hug or something, because I'm scared to get punched or beaten, bitten, whatever, same as I was with Lydia, don't you love me? Well, yeah, but I'm just sick and tired of the bullshit from you, you fucking animal. Well, what is wrong with you? You need to get yourself help. The amount of fucking times I tried getting their help, man, it's all on 999, 101 calls and all that, and on recordings and shit. So it don't bother me. And throughout the time I was having to protect her mother, who admitted to child abuse with her then deceased father, the police still didn't want to fucking do anything. Yeah, had it all on recording. They didn't want to do shit. So anyway, investigating the child abuse that was going on from the Fountains Mill in my house while I was in prison when the police lied about the chainsaw incident, or because I'm fighting to get my child home from a promiscuous woman, and well known. Yeah, so instead of doing the woman, they done me for harassment for asking my fucking daughter back. Which is a criminal offence. They had no warrant, no legal precedence to be here. Quote, a judge, had Mr. Keane even used said chainsaw, he wouldn't have seen a sentence of 6 months as he had no legal precedence to be there. And as he did tell you, he is in constant fear, panic and alarm of you. I am in fear of my life from police. That's not mental health. I have been threatened to be beaten by police. My skull cracked open by police. Nothing wanted to be done. Am I missing something? So while investigating Sophie, had a big ass bevy. Investigating Lucy and all the shit that was going on here. Sophie admitted to the Metropolitan Police, in front of the Metropolitan Police, everything that had been confirmed when the police were coming down here, when my house had been trashed by these arseholes anyway. And yeah, it all came out, and still nothing was done about it. Admittance of bestiality by Lucy, admittance of domestic violence by Lucy, admittance of attempted domestic sexual abuse to a man by Lucy, because for some unknown reason, women just want to shit on my willy. This Amanda Heard fantasy is just, what the fuck? Why? Corn is on the cob, not on the knob. It's corn on the cob, not corn on the cock. So yeah, men can be pressured into having to put up with some women's things. So how did I meet Emily? I was actually with Sophie, pregnant with Sophie, meeting Emily. Somebody wanted to kick the absolute fuck out of her because this bloke was too timing her, and this person who wanted to kick the absolute fuck out of her was a friend of mine's daughter. And this friend of mine has been a friend of mine, trusted friend of mine. He saved my life because one time I wanted to commit suicide, and he was actually there. He kept me alive, kept me awake, kept me pumped up with coffee until pretty much I threw up. And he's been like a guide ever since, mate. Really, I've got so much love for him as an Irish gentleman, and he's beautiful. A beautiful human being, like, so any of you weirdo freaks out there like that. So yeah, I have been messed up, I'm not going to lie, since Olivia took Abigail. I haven't been able to let go of that, and I can't let go of that, because I feel if I let go of that, I'm letting go of my daughter. Does that make fucking sense? No decent parent is ever going to give up fighting for their children, not one day. They're going to speak and 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 tell it 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 and tell it. Thing is, this is what's pissing people off. My story's never changed. Not one bit. The only thing that changes is what happens after that. So it's not changing, it's just the add-on after it. Yeah? So this is what is pissing the police off. He's been saying the same shit for 22 fucking years. 22 years. So before I was beaten up by my wife, my baby mums, the hellhole that I've been living in, the mistreatment that I've had growing up in foster care, well, at home, that's kind of been dealt with, but they haven't dealt with the professional abuse side, and that's cool, that's coming. They've admitted and acknowledged that there was some major shit. Yeah, they've done the child neglect bit, and now they've got to pay the rest of it. They're just not really fucking happy about doing it because, well, now the new team has gone in, things are changing and have actually been making a noticeable change. So I'm not really going to say too much on that, really. But with Sophie and my unlawfully adopted son, the person who lied about my son, you are going to get found out. That's inevitable, yeah. And I do believe 110%, I do believe within my heart of heart, it was a social worker who did that. But Lucy, Sophie, and her mum, Sophie's mum, Sam, don't sound that dissimilar. So, why did I lose my son? Again, quote, Mr. Keane could and would be able to parent his son. However, due to the level of damage caused to Mr. Keane by Hillingdon Council, the local authority, he can't function without his children. Why can't he function without his children? Because they've been taken. He can't function without his children. Now, unless they've got a time machine, which they don't, and going back, jumping backwards, I'm not going to do that. No fucking way, because, well, like I said, jumpers, realm walkers and all that, you know what you're dealing with, you know how it works. You can't break the rules. Doing that is breaking the rules, right? I'm going to have to go upload this shit. So, yeah, social workers have been busted. Police have been busted. My exes have been busted. It's not a question of like if, it's when they go to jail and go through court, or if they don't go through court. I'm seeing heavy fines to pretty much they're going to end up in houses like this. I am seeing prison terms for professionals. And all of you have been gullible to listen to the bullshit who have threatened to fucking kill me. How's your soul feeling now, dude? I would be praying to the Lord above, because you're hexed. I did hexes earlier on. I had to. I don't like doing hexes. I fucking hate it. Pardon my language. I hate doing hexes. But for you gullible mugs who have slandered me, used me, and taken the piss on your conscience. Assalamu alaikum, assalamu alaikum, jazakallah khair, Allah. Subhanahu to Allah. No, you got your back to Allah. No, I don't. Allah's got my back. You're facing Allah. You answer to him. Here you go. Might get a punishment. Why do you keep calling me a crackhead? Why do you keep calling me a junkie? Why do you keep calling me a fucking abuser? Punishments are on their way. The spirits are pissed. Love and light to all my support. Absolutely adore you. I really do hold you in my thoughts, my prayers, everything. You're amazing people. If I don't get to see or hear your reads, lives, I'll have to catch up with you in the morning. Please, my utmost respect to you. Again, apology. Is it a crystal? Is it a crystal or the doll that moved? I think it's the crystal, because I'm seeing like the crack in the crystal. Tall crystal, reddy orangey type thing. It might be one of those salt crystal-y thing, I don't know. But yeah, sorry about that, my bad. Yeah, good night to you all. Sleep well, and I know I'll sleep well. I always do, actually. I've been sleeping like a baby lately, man. Swear down I have. Oh, are they so beautiful? So I've got to act like the fucking people in my road, otherwise I'm not normal. That's what they like here. Nuts.